My name is Richard Kildulis. I come from Australia and I live in Amsterdam for the last 25 years. I have been using PrEP for the last 4 months. I first came out in 1984 in Sydney, and that was actually the very first year of the AIDS epidemic, or one of the very first years. My first boyfriend was HIV positive. So I've always lived with the fear of AIDS, of HIV AIDS, and that is something I've always had. And even though I've used condoms, I know plenty of people who have always used condoms and also still got HIV. And that was, for me, always like the horror stories. So HIV has always played a role in my sex life, my entire life. And now that I take PrEP, it's the first time I have no fear anymore of HIV. And that is, for me, a fantastic feeling. When I first heard about PrEP, which was about a year ago, I didn't actually think it was something for me because I've never really had a problem using condoms. But for me, I felt a kind of responsibility to get involved in the PrEP group because I just see the risks that so many people are taking, and I know that eventually they will all get HIV. So that's how I got involved in the PrEP action group. And then when I got to know more about PrEP, I decided to take PrEP myself. I come from Australia, so I travel every year to Australia. And the last time I went to Australia, I stopped off in Thailand. And through the PrEP action group, I had heard about Dr. Dane, who has got this fantastic clinic in Thailand. So I went to him and I spoke to him. I got my tests done there and I get my PrEP from Thailand. Every 4 months I go to Thailand and it costs me €250 a month and I get a free holiday every 4 months included. I do all my STD tests in Holland and my kidney function tests. I know a lot of guys who want to take PrEP. They've got a hot date lined up for the weekend and they want to take PrEP, and I think that's kind of really irresponsible way to do it. I think you really need to do it through a doctor and you really need to do it properly, because if you do have HIV and you start taking PrEP, you're in real trouble and you've really got to be careful with your kidneys. And so I really don't recommend anyone does that. I would like to send a message to the gay community here in Holland, and specifically to the leaders in the gay community, people who own businesses or who are in organizations, stichtingen or foundations or verenigingen. You have a responsibility, I think. PrEP is not for everyone, but PrEP is a really important and very powerful new tool to stop the AIDS epidemic. And I think listen to the GGD, listen to the AIDS funds, listen to the World Health Organization. They all stand behind PrEP, and there's no reason that you don't also stand behind PrEP.